This is Lessertainment, the channel with a name that doesn't really match. This video is sponsored by Lord of the Board, a free-to-play friendly backgammon game that you can play anywhere at any time. So you know how the first round is usually known as a study round, especially in boxing, where the fighters are learning their opponent's style, speed, and strategy. Well, in today's video, we're going to see some fights where both fighters basically threw this out the window and just started hitting each other, like that drunk uncle getting tired of the kids not breaking the piñata, so he steps in and takes some shots at it, and just starts reaching into the hole, taking some candy for himself and forgets to actually dump out the candy. Well, that was a bit of a tangent, a deep forgotten memory. Anyways, get ready to see some of the most savage starts to fights. But first, if you happen to enjoy this video, please punch the crap out of the like button, as it really helps me out. And make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. So do you guys remember playing backgammon in school? Well, I really enjoyed it and always finished my work early so I can get my game on. Well, now I play Lord of the Board and it has become my favorite game. I just can't stop playing it. You guys need to get started right now, so go click on the link in the description and download Lord of the Board and you will get 500 coins for free. As I mentioned, I played this game a ton in school, and since it's a multiplayer board game, I got to play with my friends, and although there was chess and checkers available, this game was way more fun, popular, and addictive, so you had to be the first one to finish your work in order to get a chance to play it. With Lord of the Board, you will have to forget everything you know about board games and other multiplayer games, as backgammon, Lord of the Board is the most competitive and addicting game out there. You have nothing to lose, it's free to play on both iOS and Android, and you will play on beautiful boards and compete with players worldwide. Many times, games are based on mostly luck, but this one combines luck with strategy, so you will need to use your big old brain. No more of those mind-numbing games where you play on your own. Here, you are competing 1 versus 1, and there's always someone to play with. I've been playing for a while now, and I enjoy it more every time. This game just keeps pulling me back in, with its unique table designs that just keeps me looking at the details while playing. The tournaments, oh my god, the tournaments, with leaderboards, they are great to get my adrenaline pumping. And of course, the daily free bonuses. You can always use more free stuff in your life. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the video description, download Lord of the Board for free and receive 500 free coins. I love this game, and I'm sure you guys will love it too. If you want to beat me, click the link in the description and download the app. Good luck, and I will see you there. We begin with this fight from 2005, and it started in style with one of those rare double knockdowns.
Hey Steve, he's in the red. We should mention the guy in the electro. Oh, gee, almost it wasn't.
Cornelius Bundridge and Seichu Pao were the guys going at it, and they got up from that like it was the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to them. Like pretending that nobody saw them just touch the ground. And the referee apparently didn't even see it, since he didn't count a knockdown for either side.
And it's ruled no knockdown.
Wow. A massive left hand by Powell. He is out of it.
This fight was really short, ending in just 22 seconds. Bundridge was the guy that was obviously most hurt here, and you could see when he got up for the first time, he was wobbly. So it just took one straight shot that Cornelius didn't even see coming. Very reminiscent of the Zab Judah knockout, as the commentator stated. Vanderlei Silva is just a savage fighter in most of his fights. He will swing with reckless abandon with anybody who is willing to trade with him, and Brian Stann was up for the challenge. It started a little slow, but once somebody landed the first shot, it was a slugfest.
Brian Stann really pursuing and backing Vanderlei Silva up.
Stann took a shot and kind of slipped at the same time, so he needed to hold on, but Silva got loose and they started throwing shots like Don Fry and Yoshihiro Takayama.
Couple uppercuts landing on the inside for Stann. Down goes Vanderlei.
It was a back and forth, with it being Silva's turn to hold on, but once he got the energy back, he gave Stann the coldest smile I have ever seen, and just begged him to come and trade with him.
Stann continues to press forward, missed with the right hand there. And Vanderlei says,
Damn, this fight was exciting, but Silva was down twice in the first round. After Stann hit Silva under the belt, the fight slowed down for a while, until the final minute where they traded falls once again.
big right hand lands for Stann. Vanderlei goes down again.
Silva was about to lose this fight. He seemed to be really hurt, and Stann fell but wasn't actually hurt at all. Silva survived the ending of the first round, and he was able to get the win in the second. This fight was really short, only lasting 20 seconds, as both fighters came out with the same plan, to take each other's heads off.
Referee in charge of this welterweight bout. The bell in round 1.
What calls my attention the most is the complete lack of head movement from both fighters, but especially Phillips. He was getting hit a ton, but just kept putting his hands far away like trying to catch the punches, instead of at least holding them next to his head. He tried to hit back, but he was overwhelmed in the first flurry, but he has a great chin.
Phillips in the looser fitting black trunks.
Oh, Hasegawa landing good punches.
Phillips has to cover.
Hasegawa obviously has the better speed, but he lacks any real power. Phillips, on the other hand, that freaking guy has hands that weigh at least 30 pounds, because he hit Hasegawa a maximum of 7 times after surviving on the ropes, and one fairly weak looking punch that was perfectly placed ended the fight.
Great start to this fight. Oh! Phillips is...
Arturo Frias was making his second defense of his WBA World Lightweight title, and he was fighting the great Ray Boom Boom Mancini, and this ended up being one of the best first rounds in history, with Mancini getting staggered first, but instead of clinching, he just started throwing back.
Doesn't look like it from now. Good left hand. Practice boxing all week in training. We had the feeling he'd be out there in his club style. And the best punches so far landed by the champion, Frias.
These guys basically just stood in the middle of the ring and just hit each other, landing clean shots that would stun each other but would just keep coming back.
In there. And they are at it. Frias, but this, of course, how much it opens up. If it opens up, now look at this. Look at this exchange. Considered a problem with Ray. He bleeds easily.
Mancini eventually landed a shot that hurt Frias and put him down.
And a right hand. And that staggered Frias. Mancini has Frias in trouble. What a war. Down goes Frias.
Mancini was on him
like white on rice.
And Frias didn't clinch. He just tried to throw back, but he was out of it. That was the first time Frias had been stopped in his career.
Throwing those non-stop punches he's famous for, Frias.
James Kirkland is a pretty terrifying fighter because he comes out from the first bell trying to knock out his opponents without worrying if he gets hit. He's basically under the game plan of get punched in order to land your own punch.
And James Kirkland has a habit of doing that. Look at him jumping all over Conyers. So Conyers under siege immediately.
Alan Conyers was the adversary this time, and I don't know if he knew what was coming, but he was shocked at first. But what's Kirkland's major flaw? His freaking glass chin.
He's got to get Kirkland's respect. Kirkland walking into shots, and here comes Conyers, rocking him with the only chance to win. And here he goes, a right hand staggers Conyers.
Conyers hurt him bad, eventually dropping him, but he got up and just luck. His instinct is to go forward instead of running and covering up, and it paid off.
Kirkland punching back instead of holding it. How much energy can he have left? Oh, and he gets rocked.
If Kirkland already fights aggressively when the other guy is not even hurt, if he has an injured zebra right in front of him, he'll turn into a freaking lion and go for the finish.
No, he isn't. He's coming back. And here he's trying to trade. 10 seconds to go in this.
Kirkland was a freaking beast in the beginning of his career, but problems with the law and his chin basically ended any shot he had at glory. Whenever you have two big punchers and such an aggressive fighter like Nigel Benn, you are going to have fireworks, and that's what happened when he faced off against Iran Barkley.
Enjoyed that, sung by a company color. Well, oh my God, he's done him on the ropes in the...
Ben came out like a bullet, going for everything, and Barkley was completely unprepared and got hurt by the very first punch. Barkley tried matching Ben's energy, swinging back, and also managed to hurt Ben.
Well, he can't hang his chin up.
You really don't see this nowadays, where the fighters are just throwing the kitchen sink at each other with every single punch, not really keeping to the basic boxing defensive skills. Ben eventually landed another right hand and finished the fight with his immense pressure.
Oh, that shook him right to the boots, but Barkley there. What a round. No, he stopped.
Here's something that you love to see. A fighter in Clifford Etienne who thought that Mike Tyson was done after losing to Lennox Lewis, so he decided to be the aggressor, almost running at Tyson.
Going. Here we go. Etienne right across the ring. He's there. Mike on top of him. Bangs him with a left hook right away. Etienne bends over, then hangs on and walks him back.
Etienne was trying to show that he had no fear of one of the most feared boxers of all time. He decided to try and exchange with him in the middle of the ring, not giving Tyson any room and not backing down himself. And well, as you can imagine, this cost him dearly.
Good instructions given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets him with the right hand and Etienne.
This is one of the most devastating knockouts you will ever see in boxing. They both went for the same punch, but Tyson was just faster and caused them to start breakdancing. Not your normal breakdancing, more like literally break your bone dancing. Quick reminder to make sure and like this video if you enjoyed it. Whenever you get an exciting first round, you know that you are about to witness a potential fight of the year or knockout of the year. Thanks again to Lord of the Board for sponsoring today's video. And thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.